today we're visiting San Juan del Sur,
Nicaragua.
Let's go.
We came to San Juan del Sur from Granada.
And the way we arrived is we took a taxi ride there. So you can take a bus, but sometimes when there's 5 of us, it's just easier to get in a taxi and go direct door to door. So that's what we ended up doing. So when we arrived in San Juan del Sur, we really didn't know what to expect because we just thought it was going to be some big, huge beach with all these surfers and everything, but it actually isn't that. So when you arrive, the main beach isn't the main beach where all the surfers are, and it's a cute little, quaint little village in a beautiful little bay area surrounded by kind of some mountainous hills, I guess you can call them, not really mountains, and it's just absolutely beautiful.
So we just arrived in San Juan del Sur and it's absolutely gorgeous, as you guys can see. Can't wait to show you around this beautiful little gem. Feels like already there's a little bit maybe more tourists in this area. But we'll show you everything tomorrow.
So while we were still searching for something to maybe stay a little bit longer, we went and checked in at our beautiful hotel. It was called Hotel Alcazar. It was right along the ocean, had the most amazing sunset views, and you can literally walk out on your balcony and see the Christ statue and the ocean and just the cafes and the little bars all along the beach, and it was beautiful. It was so nice. It was centrally located, had a really nice pool for the kids to enjoy, and great breakfasts as well.
Here we go. You ready for the view? It's gonna be beautiful. Feels nice and air conditioned already.
Yeah. Look at this view. It's amazing. It's nice.
A nice room. Let's go see the view. Oh, watch the curtain there. A nice sitting area. Look at that.
Beautiful.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
You can watch us swim from up here. Just see where we can swim.
There you go. Beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Stunning. And then look up.
That's cool too, isn't it?
We're just gonna hang this up, so don't mind this. But it's really nice because they have shampoo, conditioner, and body wash, and then like soap. And I don't know what this is, but this is like a thank you
Soap?
or something.
I think that's soap.
I thought it was like something special. So this is where we are staying.
We fell in love with the village. We fell in love with the community feel that it had. The very first night we were there, we went down towards the beach, and I could see all these little kids running around that looked to be expats. And so I asked them, hey, where are you guys from? And there were all these young families that were there that were from the United States, from Australia, from all these different places, and they had made San Juan their home. And I was like, what? This is amazing. And it just had a real community feel, and I don't know how to describe it, but it was just like, it was really nice. Plus they had the most amazing sunsets, and it was just beautiful. So we decided, well, let's start looking at some places and maybe stay a little bit longer, get caught up. We needed to catch up on work anyway. We needed to catch up on schoolwork. And sometimes it's just nice to stay put for a while with the kids and have a sense of home, right?
One thing that you may have wondered, as I did, and I was quite surprised when we arrived, is that every video I've ever seen or any blog I've read or any information was that San Juan del Sur is like the surf area, but when you come here, the beach isn't actually where the surfers are, so you have to go to another beach. You have to take a shuttle or a taxi or have some kind of transportation. You can't walk to the other beach. And so this is what the waves look like here. They're not surfing waves.
So the very first day we were there, we had met the most amazing family from New Zealand, and they had kids similar ages like us. They had a boy and a girl, and it just worked out really nicely. They had been traveling already as well all throughout Central America. They did the opposite direction we did, and we just hit it off. And so we decided, well, let's stay at least another week, and they did too. And then 1 week became 2, and then 3, and so on and so forth. And we ended up hanging out literally every day, checking out all the different beaches in the area. And man, San Juan has so many amazing beaches. So I'll tell you as we go along which ones to check out and what they're good for and not good for, which ones have the good surf for those of you who are into surfing. The very first day, me and the girls, we were interviewed for a local TV station, which was really funny. So they were on the beach interviewing different people and tourists, and since we were one of the only ones there, they interviewed us just to see what our thoughts were on San Juan, is it safe, and so on, just to promote the tourism. So it was really fun. We were on their national TV. So one of the things you can do when you're in San Juan is you can actually walk up to the Christ statue and go and enjoy the most beautiful sunset. About the story about the guy who made the Christ statues. So we were just talking about that, but there is a story. So there's this guy, and apparently, hopefully whoever's, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but what I heard is that he became born again and then decided to build this on his own. So he took his own money, and it cost him, I don't know, a lot of money to build this Christ statue. And there you go. That's the story. From the village, you just walk towards the Christ statue, really. It is a huge incline, so you're going to want to make sure if you have a bit of a hard time walking uphill, you either take a taxi. There's taxis all over the village. You just flag them down as you go, and the rates are really good, so don't worry about getting ripped off or mafias or anything like that. It's no problem. Once we got to the top, you had the whole view of the whole bay area, and just as the sun was setting, it was magical and beautiful at the same time. San Juan del Sur has only about 8,000 people that live there, just within the village. Of course, there's all the communities and the beach areas around, but it's still a very small community feel, and you'll see as soon as you get there that you start running into the same people over and over again as you're going through the streets, and it's a nice feeling. Enjoy a nice cold beer here by the beach with the beautiful music, and the kids, they're with friends, so they're having a great time. No, it was before that. It's getting better and better. The music's amazing. We've got fireworks on the beach. This is our breakfast here this morning.
at the hotel, and we literally have a view of the ocean there behind us. It's beautiful. Is it good, girls?
I haven't tried it yet.
The very first beach we went to check out was called Maderas Beach, and Maderas Beach has really good surf. To get there, you are going to want to take a vehicle, so you can either take a taxi, or if you want, you can take a shuttle. That's how we often went to each and every beach. And to take the shuttle, you can go, there's in the main square, there's a big church in a square, so you can't miss it. And kitty corner is a little hostel. Right there they have shuttles that take you to and from each and every beach, and they have a schedule and all the different pricing and everything like that. So I won't say the pricing in case it changes, but we were paying anywhere between $5 or so to go and $5 to come back.
What are we doing today, girls?
Going to another beach.
Maderas Beach, that's where we're going. So apparently it's beautiful.
The roads going to Maderas Beach aren't like totally smooth and without potholes. So if you are with a rental car and it's a small little car, you may have a hard time because you do have to go up a couple hills and down. So depending on if they fix the roads by then or not. So when we went, it was pretty bumpy, but they were working on it. So those of you who are into surfing, you know that there's different apps out there to track the different waves and everything like that. So the first day we went, it was amazing. We got up a few times, and I even did a big, huge tumble where I went, loop-de-loop underwater, so that wasn't very good. And at the very end of the day, something sad happened. Chloe got a jellyfish that kind of hit her right when she was in a wave, and so it was really bad. But the people there, we didn't have vinegar with us. We weren't thinking to bring vinegar because why would we bring vinegar, but we could have really used it that day. But the guys at the restaurant were so friendly. They gave us cucumbers and some lime, and she was able to put that all over her face to make it feel better and relieve the pain. What did it feel like?
It's just like it stings, like in circles.
Yeah. So the following day, we went to discover El Remanzo Beach, and this one was a little bit quieter for us. So we're still beginners when it comes to surfing. Maderas had a lot of surfers there, and many actually in this one area. And so for me or the girls to go out there and kind of try and catch a wave was a little bit too intense for us. So El Remanzo was amazing. They also have a really nice guy that will hook you up when you get there with all the different boards to rent. You can rent a board there from anywhere from $10 or less for a day.
This is how we're rolling today. Tell me what you've built.
Yes. You want to say? House. Yeah, we built a house. So this is our bedroom.
That's the bedroom. Okay.
And then you go here, and then this is our table, our dining room. This is our library, and we have 2 chairs. And then over here, this is where we watch TV.
What is it?
It's where we watch like movies.
Oh, it's your cinema room.
Yeah. And then this is the fridge. This is a spot where we put our food, little pantry. This is where we put like food up. And then this
What is it? A car?
car.
Oh, that's
It
a
looks
big
like
car.
a heart.
You got a heart car.
And then this is a pool.
I love your pool. You should try filling it up with some seawater.
Yeah, we are.
A saltwater pool. Had a fantastic afternoon. The waves were really nice. I got up surfing a little bit with some help. And now you got internet. You! Our favorite cafe is getting internet. That's fantastic. I'll be back. They have the most delicious coffee, and I realized they told me why the pricing's so good. So the reason why it's so good is because they actually export coffee, so that's kind of like their side business, so they're able to give us really good pricing on the coffee. And right now we just came back to the little village and check out the sunset. Look at this. Holy cow, this is unreal. Wow. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. Look at the view from our hotel room. And then there you've got the Christ statue up there in a distance. So what are we doing tonight, girls?
Having a sleepover party.
A sleepover party?
Well, not a party, but a sleepover.
Well, that's gonna be pretty fun, huh?
Yeah.
With your new Kiwi friend. It's the first time you sleep with a Kiwi.
I haven't slept with a Kiwi
before.
Yes, you have. When eating.
Oh yeah, we have had a
Malaysia.
sleepover with a Kiwi in Malaysia.
Yeah.
Hey, this is a pattern. Meet people from New Zealand, invite their kids for sleepovers, and the parents let them. Oh, crazy stuff.
While we were at El Remanzo Beach, we met a couple young girls from the United States, and they told us about a place called Tree Casa. Now, Tree Casa, I'm not sure if they're still doing this now, but when we were visiting, every Wednesday you can go for free to Tree Casa. They have a shuttle right in the city center, right beside a restaurant called Dale Pues. There's a little black gate, if you will, and it opens up during the day. There they have the shuttle prices and the shuttle times. So normally on a regular day you pay about $15 to go in, but on Wednesdays it's free. So a lot of the locals and a lot of the people that are there who know about it will go. You can spend the most amazing day in the sun, in the pool. There's a slide, there's an area to jump off. They serve the most delicious wood stove pizzas in their little pizza oven, and other food as well. But they have really good prices on Wednesday, $10 pizzas, free entrance, so you can go and enjoy a really nice day in the sun. Their internet is super fast, so if you're like us and you need to get some work done at the same time, there is a whole sitting area, so we were able to get some stuff done at the same time. It was just wonderful. So we really loved our time there.
I think we're gonna have a lot of fun here today. Oh my gosh. It's just beautiful. Now we're gonna go up and check out this treehouse. Hey, Chloe! 1, 2, 3, go!
trouble in sight. Beating hearts don't lie. An empty page, a story to write. I'm in love, you're divine, and it's all in our signs. We're going away. Get your bag, check the tag. Decision is made. Lock your door, need no more. It's already paid. Cancel your mail for a while.
This is like paradise. Wait until you see this.
Yeah, this country has like this thing that's just luring us in little by little by little. We just had, again, an amazing day, didn't we, Chloe? Like, I think
Yeah.
Chloe was in the water all day long. I think so. And this is what we came home to. Wow. Check it out. First of all, you got the ceiling like that. So beautiful. It creates this like really cool atmosphere. And then you get this.
It looks like a painting.
Doesn't it?
Then we went to go discover Hermosa Beach. So Hermosa, or Hermosa if you're speaking English, Hermosa Beach is a beautiful beach. It's huge and really big. There's a very big festival that happens every year there where they do, or I'm not sure actually if it's every year, but they do have a big festival that happens there with surfing and music and everything like that. When we went, it was very, very calm and quiet. We had the whole beach to ourselves. There's little tented kind of cabana areas where you can sit so you're in the shade. They have really nice hammocks and tables. There's a restaurant if you need drinks or any kind of food, and it was just beautiful. So we went. Angelique and I had a short day because of something that happened, but the rest of them had a really fun day in the sun surfing and enjoying the waves. It's a great beach to go surfing. You just have to be careful. There are rocks there as well. Same with Maderas. So you just have to be careful when you're going and make sure you know when the tide is out, you can see where the rocks are. So if those of you who surf, you already know this, but if you're beginners just like us, it's something good to know.
Today we're gonna go to another beach. So this one's called Hermosa.
And we got vinegar this time.
Yes.
Because this vinegar gets stung by a jellyfish.
Jellyfish. Hola. No gracias. You wanna be in my video though? Hey, cool. So, we have so far been going, and what it is $5 each way. You can take a little shuttle to the beach. This one's a private one, so I guess you pay $3 entrance fee. And there's apparently
this one's like the nicest in the whole region. So there's baby turtles apparently too.
Every night there's like some hatch.
Every night there's new ones that hatch, and then the next day they let them into the sea so they'll get stronger.
Yeah, so this will be fun.
Hermosa Beach is a little bit further away, so it's a 45-minute or so drive, but you can get a shuttle just the same to go out there, so no problem to get there. But just so you know, it's a little bit further, and you do pay an entrance fee. You get a bracelet. It's $3 US at the time we went, and that brings you into the beach and gives you access to everything there.
Okay, so it wasn't really 45 minutes, it's more so like 20 to 25 minutes, but we arrived and it looks beautiful.
So here you pay a little bit more to come, but I must say, so far it's a nicer beach. You see they have all these hammocks and chairs, and there's lots of shade, and all these kids, and an exercise area, lots of surfboards for rent, and oh my gosh, it's just beautiful. So our beach adventure ended up ending sooner than later, I will say. Angelique, you don't want to show what happened? Angelique got boinked in the head with a surfboard, and it was cut open right here on her eye. And it didn't look too deep because it wasn't bleeding too much, but we thought let's bring her into the clinic anyway. So her and I hitched a ride with the guy there, and
we arrived and we went to the walk-in clinic, the emergency little hospital that they have here, and the lady was cleaning it all out, and then she put some needles in to put anesthetic, and then she sewed her up, so she got 4 stitches there on her eye. And I had a real hard time watching the whole thing. I had to leave the room 3 times in a row because I kept getting dizzy and fainty and everything. But can we show the Majagual? There, she's got a patch covering her eye, but you feel good now, right? Mm-hmm. Much better. Yeah. So really good service. They're gonna clean it out again tomorrow morning, and we'll be good to go. Then what happened was we discovered a beach called Coco Beach. Now Coco Beach is beautiful, it is huge, it's pristine, you have the whole beach to yourself. So we didn't go surfing that day, but the reason we went is because we met a young couple that were Airbnb-ing their place out, and we were still looking for a place long term at this point, and so we decided to go. We didn't realize how far away it was from San Juan, so it was a good distance away. I would say maybe a good 40 minutes. So we went there, and they did have restaurants, but they weren't open the day we went. Anyway, long story short, we met the most amazing couple from Nicaragua, and in the end they invited us in. They invited us for lunch. I mean, it was crazy. So not only our family, but our friends from New Zealand were with us, and they just said, come on in, we'll all eat lunch together. We ended up spending the most amazing afternoon, had the most amazing sunset, and just played in the waves. It was fantastic.
Where are we off to today, guys?
She's horrified.
It's like Coco Beach.
Would she?
Coco
Yeah,
Beach.
she found out that.
Oh, it's safe, yeah. This is Playa Coco. Discovered paradise here in Nicaragua. This is like you get the beach to yourself. It's just unbelievable.
Lovely couple who invited us to have lunch. So here we are on the beach enjoying a nice lunch with some Nicaraguan people.
This property is so pretty, and so we just had the coolest experience. We were invited for lunch from this really lovely Nicaraguan family. They rent out their place on Airbnb, and so that's the reason why we met them, because we came to see their property here on the ocean. And one thing led to the other, and they invited us over, and we had lunch with our Kiwi friends and with them, and it was amazing because we learned a lot about their history here and about the different regions and areas and the beaches to go to, and it was just really insightful. So now the tide is in, and we're gonna watch the sunset here on the beach and maybe go again for another little swim. So look at what it looks like. As the Kiwi friends say, sweet as. It's sweet as. Amazing.
I head for the highway, baby, to please my restless bones, my restless bones, restless bones. I should try harder to please you. I'm not the man
time to go back.
Stay in the darkness. I am drawn to the light. I wanna rest in the arms of an angel and be saved, Lord. Save it all.
I just can't get enough of San Juan del Sur and their beaches. It's just magnificent. Now it's time to play after a hard-working day on the beach. 2 people got stung today by stingrays, if you can imagine. It's been pretty crazy.
Okay, these waves are big. So let's say some of them you can go over, but some of them you have to go under.
Yeah? This one? This is an over. We wrapped up our beach day by hanging out with our friends from New Zealand and enjoying a really nice meal together. So a day in San Juan for us looked something like this. We would get up, have a good breakfast, get some work done, and as soon as we were done, we would hit the beach, hit the surf. We would see similar faces there, and stay till usually around sunset, enjoy the beautiful sunsets, and then go either back into the village, have a nice drink by the main beach there in San Juan. And every night we were in bed really early. I mean, once the sun is hitting you all day and you're surfing all day and you're just so tired from like paddling or just, you know, being in the water, we were often in bed very early and up early as well. So it was a really nice rhythm of life. I just loved how every day you ended the day with those amazing sunsets. And so there you have it. It was amazing. I'm sure you're going to love it too if you go and check out San Juan del Sur. One thing when you arrive, you might say, well, there's not all the big box stores and all the shopping area and all that kind of stuff. It definitely does not have any of that. So if you are looking for, you know, your Sam's Club and your Walmart and your whatever Costco's and all that, you have to drive to Managua to get all that, which is a good 2.5 hour drive away. So they do have services there if you're staying long term that you can order stuff and people will do the run for you and bring that back for you. But they do have one little convenience store that does bring in different things like different types of cheese and different types of things that you might be looking for. It's called Miscellanea Sanchez. But we would go there and just get some of our little things. It is overpriced in the sense like we went to go buy our Canadian maple syrup and it was going to be like $20 US for like a tiny little thing. And we were like, oh, do we really want it? You know, we usually can't get without our maple syrup. But anyway, that's where you can go and get your cheese and different specialty items that you might be looking for. So it's not like San Juan. I feel like it's not for everyone. It's not for those who are into shopping and going to look for, you know, maybe your shoes and your perfumes and all that, because it doesn't exist there. But it is beautiful and it's a gem of its own. A lot of people come from Managua, from the city, for weekend getaways, and just people from around the world come to check out San Juan del Sur. You'll love it. Just got up this morning. I'm going to my usual coffee spot and look at what I'm finding here. This is really cool. There is a cruise ship out there in the distance. You see that? Isn't that neat? Can you tell me what we're doing here today, Chloe?
We're in the market.
What did we buy?
Pineapple, tomato, cucumber.
Yeah, this is where we've been coming to do our groceries, right?
Yeah.
Getting all of our fresh fruit.
Yeah, but they close at 3, so you better come early.
Yeah, you gotta come before 3. We also found a German bakery, which is just around the corner from the market, which has been delicious, right?
Yeah, it's not even around the corner. It's
Next door.
one store down.
And they have really yummy bread, just like
Here
they
it is
do.
right now.
Entonces necesitamos dos.
Overall, San Juan del Sur had so much to offer, from all the cafes and the restaurants and all the little shops and boutiques. It had such an amazing vibe that, well, we had to decide whether or not we were going to stay longer.
They just couldn't get rid of us here. We had to stay one more month.